You know what really grinds my gears?
Let's get into it. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Are y'all doing good? Are y'all healthy? Are y'all taking care of yourselves consistently? I want to make sure y'all are okay. You know, just excuse me, that was weird. Man, I feel like I've not done one of these in a little bit, even though it's only been like 10 days. But today, I really wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about my thoughts on Super Saiyans, how they started, how they ended, not necessarily, but like where they are right now. And I wanted to make this video because I don't know, I got some strong opinions on the transformation and the integrity of it. So let's just go ahead and dive in. But before we do that, make sure to go down, like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate any and all support. And so yeah, let's go ahead and unpack this because I got a lot to say. A little bit of a rant style video, and you know, if anybody gets offended by it, I don't care. You know, your feelings are hurt. I wish I could say sorry, but at the end of the day, this is a cartoon show. You know, this is an anime. This is fiction. This is not real. I repeat, not real for all of you 12 to 18-year-old kids and beyond that are treating this like this is your livelihood and everything like that. It's not. Okay, it's a show. All right, and people have opinions on it that differ from yours. So how about you relax and go sip on your Capri Suns? So, in regards to the Super Saiyan transformation, I love the style. You know what I'm saying? From the very beginning, the start of it, the origin, the foundation is so impactful. I said it in my Goku Black video that I did, but I like to call it a movie because I feel like I really put my editing self in there. The way the transformation started with them kind of creating this legend, this overarching idea behind it about how it stems from I'm talking like years and years of history. They're throwing the idea of that there's this title, there's this thing out there that Saiyans have the potential to reach. So now your interest is piqued. Now you want to see where things go, right? I would assume so. So then when Goku loses, ironically it being Goku, the most peaceful Saiyan ever, sparking to a transformation that stems from pure rage. It stems from pure rage. I feel like that's a beautiful telling. I know this video is gonna be, my audio is gonna be a little all over the place with how I'm jumping. It's fine. Just bear with me. It's absolutely gorgeous. From the way it starts to even how it looks, because even when it came onto the screen, it's not like the transformation showed up on the screen and then there's like a title that said this is the Super Saiyan. Like, no, you saw it and you knew exactly what it was. I feel like, to me, that's beautiful. And though Goku is the example that I'm primarily leading with, there are other examples that encapsulate the legend to the fullest degree as well. Gohan feeling inferior, feeling like he always has to be saved, but showing different instances of this rage that lives within him because he's struggling with how he can exist in both worlds. He wants to be human, he wants to be a kid, but there's this Saiyan blood in him that triggers and is angry, and he fights at it. He fights his inner demons with it time and time again. And so eventually, training with Goku, training with his dad, he lets it go. But it even goes further beyond, which I'll get into that later. The next example being Trunks, which is, his story is an absolute travesty. It's so dark. It's so dark growing up in a world where everything that you knew or even just had a brief memory of just disappears like that. Disappears just like that. And the one person that you've been relying on for years, who taught you, who trained with you, who bonded with you, all these different things, he meets his demise too, leaving you all alone to protect the one person left that matters to you. Trunks has the saddest Saiyan transformation and one of the saddest, if not the saddest story in Dragon Ball history. Mind you, this is at the time he came back to the past, he was 17. This is a 17-year-old kid. He's just a teenager dealing with all of this. He feels the world is on his shoulders. Easily my favorite Saiyan. I don't care what nobody says, Trunks is my favorite Saiyan. But I bring all of this up. I detail all of this, all of the history, all of the backstory, and Vegeta, his story is whatever. It's fine, how he did it, how we went about it, but there's better examples. But my whole point is there's this weight that comes with that transformation, and it's carried on during that time. But then we jump forward. Let's jump into Dragon Ball Super. I hate every single Saiyan that Dragon Ball Super introduced. I am not gonna lie to you. I hate every single one of them. Cabba, off rip, being having potential, and I hate the idea, they ruined that word. They ruined the word potential, because you can just throw that on any character and they automatically get this transformation, or they show up in the scene and they're supposed to match you in strength and all this. It's just nothing feels earned anymore. Cabba shows up and he's in the tournament and Vegeta's sparring with him, and then he threatens him. He threatens him and his family. But see, here's the thing though. You're hearing that and you're like, okay, what's your point? My point is, before, with these transformations, the event took place. The event happened. You heard all of the talk, but then when you see it actually take place in front of your eyes, you're visually seeing the pain, the loss. And that's what sparks the transformation. Cabba is the first instance of what's to become with the later Saiyans that I'm about to mention. Vegeta threatens his family, threatens him, and I'm
gonna go to your planet, I'm gonna kill your family.
And then Cabba, transforms. Or whatever, fine, whatever. It's passable. It's passable. Caulifla, the female Saiyan. The one that was teased and had everybody talking for a minute. Nah, no. 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 This is horrible. I'm sorry. I don't care. Be mad, baby rage, cry about it till your whole face turns yellow and blue. I don't care. Stress yourself to sleep. It's fine. Bruh. Tingle in my back, and I went Super Saiyan. Yeah? Kale seeing Caulifla interact with anybody else besides her, she gets baby jealous, big baby jealous, and blows up into Then Cabba tries to stop her. And then Caulifla tries to stop her too, right? Bear with me, cause stay on this train, please. And so Kale throws a blast at Caulifla, and Caulifla goes Super Saiyan 2.
Oh hell no, man! What the fuck?
Now going back to this transformation, Super Saiyan 2 or Ascended Super Saiyan, Gohan, being the most peaceful 11-year-old ever. He loved life, he loved the animals, he loved everything, he loved nature, he just loved everything peaceful. He liked everything to just be okay. And he resonated with that ideology with Android 16, who also was somebody who was peaceful, who cared about nature, who honestly didn't care much for violence. He was just trying to do what he could for the sake of everybody else. He was a very selfless character. And Cell took him out before Gohan's eyes. Stomped him out. Didn't even think about it. Gohan has been feeling this rage boiling up this entire time. It's cooking, it's cooking, it's cooking. This is when the pot just boiled over.
Yet another fighter you could have saved.
16. You loved life. You gave everything up to save it. And you were just an android. I let you die. I can't do that. I won't watch anymore. I feel it slipping. And I won't watch this anymore!
The Ascended Super Saiyan arrives, and this is not the same Gohan. He's smiling more, he's a lot more menacing, and he's very lethal with every attack that he throws out. If it was anybody else that couldn't regenerate, dead. Nothing but, and we saw it, Bojack met that form and died immediately. You look at that, and then look at Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla. Do you see my point? There was meaning behind these forms. There was meaning behind these transformations. And then what makes it worse is the introduction of the progression of Super Saiyan as a form. When they started doing Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2s and Super Saiyan 3s, now people are creating fan art of, Super Saiyan 5, 6, 7. You're seeing this all happen. And see, that's fine, to play around with the ideas, because it's not real until it becomes real. Then you got Super Saiyan God. You got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, because Super Saiyan God is apparently a new base form. Then you got Super Saiyan Blue, or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan with Kaioken attached to it. Then you times 10 that thing on it. Then you got Ultra Instinct here, Ultra Instinct Sign. You got Ultra Ego, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. I hate Super Saiyans. I hate Super Saiyans. I do. Because it used to mean something so cool, man. I'm talking like everybody was inspired by it. You got kids dressing up, putting shorts on their fucking head and screaming to the heavens at 11 o'clock at night, and their mama telling them to go to sleep. You got all this stuff taking place because it meant something to us kids, man. It inspired so many different anime that carried that strength, that meaning into other forms. There's so much influence in many different anime transformations and even anime as a whole because of what Super Saiyan did. And now look at it now. Super Saiyan is a joke. It means nothing. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for the support. As of late, I really do appreciate it. And for those who've been bearing with me throughout this time, I really do. Your patience is noticed, and it's much appreciated for sure. And I'll see you guys in the next video.